I said, are you ready? Woo!
Good.
Let me tell you something, brother. I did not use creative control one time.
Who just said that on Twitter?
Hulk Hogan said it on the Impulsive podcast.
Okay. So then that Matt Cardona was making fun of him then. I just saw Matt Cardona say, I had creative control in something and I didn't use it once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we start off hot. Welcome to the I about said the Pittsburgh Platter, but I think that's like a gross move.
Yeah, that's not good. That's something completely different.
The Powerslam Platter.
There you go.
The Pittsburgh plate glass. Anyway, I'm Red Velvet. That's Uncle Lump.
That's a whole different. We have to start an OnlyFans for that. If you're going to start doing Pittsburgh platters on camera, I think we need an OnlyFans because I don't think they're going to allow that on most social media platforms.
I think I need a glass coffee table too, but I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to have to purchase multiple different facets, but yeah, I mean, there's content for everybody at the diner.
Exactly. But welcome to the Powerslam Platter. About that again, where we talk wrestling of all shapes, sizes, and organizations.
And I actually watched Raw this week, so
how was Raw?
So, I mean, it was interesting because, like I said, I've been just watching the highlights because we've had practice or something going on. So we were actually home on a Monday night. We sat and watched the whole thing, and it was every time I looked up at the screen, the Judgment Day was there, which was cool. And then you had the Wyatt Six, the Gable stuff, and then McIntyre and Punk and their bracelet. They were going after it. The bracelet is now broken though. It broke.
Let's go back to Dollar General and get a new one.
It's broken the hearts and the bracelet.
Oh,
yeah, it was sad.
Yeah, well, it was a busy weekend.
Hearts. We'll get to that later, but
yeah, it was a busy weekend in the wrestling world. There were 3 premium live events.
Pay-per-view.
You had TNA Emergence on Friday, the Bash at Berlin on Saturday, and NXT No Mercy on Sunday.
Yeah.
Busy day.
Lots of wrestling.
I've got some results from TNA. PCO retained his 2 titles. Zachary Wentz, he won the X Division title. If you've not seen his finisher, it's pretty sweet.
What is it? I don't think I know who he is.
He's one of the Rascals, but his finisher is the UFO cutter.
Oh, I like it already.
Yes.
Yeah,
he does. He does some flippy stuff and stunner.
Sweet.
The System, they defeated the Hardys and Joe Hendry and Mike Santana.
That would have. I'm assuming they're going to build to them eventually winning because that would have been a pretty monstrous reaction.
That would have. And then Nick Nemeth retained the TNA World Title in an Iron Man match, and then JBL showed up afterwards.
I saw that.
He broke the internet.
Yeah. I like whenever I told you we've talked about this a bunch. When these guys show up in random promotions, it travels and people go nuts because it's not a normal thing. So if they start intermingling and being all nice and polite to each other, they could have some fun because you create storylines that travel from show to show too. Like even in indie wrestling, I feel like there's a lot of promotions that are all around here. If you kind of get on the same page, you have this almost like this independent circuit where people are going to these shows because you have this storyline going on, or even just creating storylines in general is very important. Clearly.
Absolutely. Friday Night SmackDown, which was Friday at noon. They 2-hour show had a whopping 2 matches.
Lots of talking.
The Bloodline defeated the Street Profits and DIY in an 8-man tag, and Tiffany Stratton defeated Bayley. And then Cody Rhodes addressed Solo's challenge.
Did he address them for an hour and a half?
I guess. I saved you 2 hours right there.
There we go.
Then Bash at Berlin.
We just cut it all down.
Dude, like, when there's 85 hours of wrestling on TV, it's like, okay, I need highlights because
I love wrestling and I love watching wrestling, but I love watching it at my leisure. I'm not gonna watch it like an obsessive crazy person, and I can't do it. It's too much. Right. You can't watch every. I don't think you can watch every promotion. You could damn sure give it an effort, but
you can try, but it's hard. And then we had Bash at Berlin at 12:30 on Saturday afternoon. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill won the women's tag team titles. CM Punk won a strap match. I was hoping that would end the feud, but apparently it's not.
They went ahead and kept that one going on Monday. He tried. He came out and pulled out Gunther. And then McIntyre came out in a hoodie and beat the shit out of him, and then they broke the bracelet.
And then the match that I was looking forward to, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, they defeated Dom and Liv. And then Gunther retains his World Heavyweight title against Mr. Nutella, Randy Orton. So,
and then Randy put him over afterwards.
Yeah.
Did the whole, passing of the torch, if you will.
Pass the torch. But the thing that shocked me. Yeah, what shocked me is Randy Orton's 290 pounds.
He's a big dude.
Yeah.
Hey, you keep hitting Performance Gym, you got this.
That's right.
That is what you could look like. You could look like Randy Orton, too.
You have to put Nutella in your diet, though.
You do. Just start eating Nutella and work out like a crazy person.
Exactly. And then Cody Rhodes won. He retained the undisputed title against KO.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an okay show, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and I feel like that's how all of the overseas shows are, where if they're going somewhere, they kind of, I don't know, maybe that's why it's been like that for the last couple of weeks, where they're gearing up for this and they know they have these big shows coming up once you get into the winter. So it's just one of those filler kind of set where they just stick with the same stuff over and over and over and over, because it does get slightly repetitive, where when I was looking at highlights, I was like, did it give me the right week, or is this last week? It's all the same stuff. And then, like I said, I got to watch it this week, and it really was. Every time I looked up, it was somebody from the Judgment Day. I think Dom had 4 segments or something. I feel like every time I looked up, he was either coming out or getting booed, which he does a great job, but it just, you kind of zone out. It's not a bad thing. They're good at what they do, but it's almost like the depth in stories, they're trying to go these long-term things, but they're also trying to make these long segments. Also, they would almost be better off with shorter segments with a bunch of different stories, where almost like what a soap opera does. I mean, it literally is just like a dude's soap opera, where you have all these, where they cut 75 times because there's these 6 different angles that are going on, where you're like, ooh, what's happening with this story? What's happening with this story? What's happening with this story? And that's when I feel like you're drawn in. Whenever I was watching it, I feel like I'd check out and start talking to my kids, or we'd be messing around or looking at stuff on phones or whatever.
Or fall asleep.
Yeah, or dozed off. It wasn't, I was definitely not glued to the screen whatsoever.
Yeah, well, it's sometimes it's hard to do that. I fell asleep on football last night. I was so excited to watch it, and I fell asleep before it.
I did not watch a bit of it. I honestly forgot it was on. I was so freaking tired last night, and I had a migraine from hell when I got home.
That's no good. Mm-hmm. But moving on to NXT No Mercy from Sunday. Axiom and Nathan Fraser, they won their tag team titles back. Kalani Jordan retained the NXT Women's North American title. Obafemi retains his North American title. Roxanne Perez retained her title, and Ethan Page retained his NXT title from Joe Hendry. I was hoping Joe Hendry would get the upset, but
Joe had a rough weekend.
He did. He went 0-2 for the weekend. That's pretty crazy. Monday Night Raw, like we've already kind of briefed over it. Ilya Dragunov and Braun Strowman, they move on in the Intercontinental title tournament.
Yeah. I think Braun beat him, didn't he? I think Braun gets a shot.
Oh, I don't know that. I just saw they each won their triple threat matches, and then
I think they already fought. I think Braun won. I could be wrong. Like I said, I was in and out a lot, so I might be misremembering, but I thought I remember Braun getting because I was very surprised it was going to be. I really didn't think they liked him.
Yeah, and then I didn't watch anything until I watched OVW last night on my phone. So I was doing the best I could on my phone, and like the Revolution, they've taken over. Doug Basham has turned his back on OVW.
Oh.
He's got Dalton McKenzie, the guy who said I eat corn the long way. He's got him in his back pocket. AJZ, Crixus, Tony Gunn, and J-Rod, all part of the Revolution.
Oh.
And they are running roughshod. I think the Revolution members all won their matches last night. It's just a dark day in OVW.
You can watch that on YouTube.
You can watch it on YouTube or
You don't even watch that.
Triller. Is it Triller TV or Thriller TV? I don't remember.
Mm.
But
Yeah. Perfect.
yeah. So that's what's been going on in the OVW world.
Sweet.
Impact last night. Zachary Wentz and Speedball Mike Bailey defeated the Good Hands. Steph DeLander confronted Matt Cardona about their past, and PCO had to get involved. Had to defend his wife. I'm sure Matt Cardona was being a jerk.
Good thing to do. Happy wife, happy life.
That's right. Don't mess with the Frankenstein. He's going to get him. But anyway.
I do have AEW stuff. It was very
good. I didn't.
I didn't get to watch it again. I basically we weren't home. So
we were podcasting that night.
Yes, very late. So I went through and did the AI thing, and it was funny because I started reading it, and I'm like, I don't know who half these people are. Like, I was like, these are on the roster. So it must have just been a week that they, like, I don't know, maybe I just read it wrong, but it was Okada, which obviously I knew him, but Kyle Fletcher for the AEW Continental Champion. Okada retained. Jamie Hayter, which I didn't know was still there. Defeated Robin Renegade in a squash match, basically. Mariah May retained hers against Nyla Rose. Moxley did a promo to Darby again. And then the show ended with Will Ospreay, Orange Cassidy, and Kyle O'Reilly versus Pac, Claudio, and Wheeler Yuta. Which, again, guys that are never on Dynamite. I feel like Cassidy starts damn near every show with AEW. It's kind of like their intro.
The one thing I saw was I think Hangman Adam Page, didn't he burn down Swerve Strickland's childhood home?
Oh, yeah, that I forgot about that one. That
he committed an act of arson.
The first time I prompted AI, I asked it for the whole thing. This time I just asked it to give me a breakdown of the matches. So I don't think I have any of the in-between segments.
Well, moving on. Let's move on to the fun stuff, the independents. We have some matches coming up this weekend. The Ashton Adonis, you're going to see him in action at Pro Wrestling Kingdom, keeping up with the Jonases on Saturday.
I have all of these graphics, but you're going to have to bear with me. Who's he fighting?
He fights Daniel Stark.
Okay, I believe is it this one?
That's that one.
All right, cool. And then for the rest of these, I'm just going to click them, and then you can talk about them because they are not
click.
I don't know which ones are which.
All right, and then Sunday, Ashton hits the road. He's facing Silas Young at 3 Rings of Doom. And then also on Sunday, he's growing on me. He's becoming an Iron Man. He's facing the Catch Wrestling Casanova Sage Phillips at Wrestling With This. Wrestle With This, you'll find on YouTube, so be sure to check that out.
And this is the type of Diner Podcast champion we need. Look at what this guy is out doing. Just constantly making himself better, becoming a better competitor, and taking our title to really cool places.
You're right. But he's growing on me. He's growing on me. Good. He was also at OVW last night.
Oh.
Him and Elijah Arrows were in OVW doing some things. Yep, there they are. That's my picture. That's my screenshot.
Good job.
They've been traveling. Then what else is on tap for this weekend?
So we also have the All Vermilion, I believe, is this weekend.
No.
Nope. What was the other one then?
Sam Knight, baby. He's coming back.
Oh, no wonder I didn't remember. Who gives a shit?
What?
Actually, that's actually why I wore this. This is his retirement.
You want to be like Sam Knight?
No, because he's going to get put out of his misery finally, and they're going to retire.
Whatever.
I won't have to deal with him anymore.
I
wore this specifically for that, so we can, in memoriam of Sam's retirement.
Yeah, whatever. We're just going to move on. We're moving on.
Why? There's no need for him. I don't know if you know this or not, but our champion's not going to be there anyway.
What?
Yeah, so Sam's just like, it's irrelevant because our champion's going to be busy that weekend. And
What's he doing?
like, well, so do you remember when you got Sam a gift
Yeah.
for winning his title? So we had to do the same thing for Ashton, and you can't just give a guy like that a T-shirt. Like, you got to do something cool for the man. So as an executive decision, the diner sent Ashton on vacation that weekend. So he's going to be enjoying himself and yeah, getting to celebrate his victory, and then he gets to like relax and recoup. Like, you just saw all the things that he's doing. He's a busy man.
You said that you needed $35. You needed a credit card. It was gonna be $35.
No, I sent.
How the hell are you gonna? What kind of trip did you send him to? Walmart?
3500. That was what I sent. Did I put a decimal and not a comma?
Dude, $3,500.
Are
you shitting me right now?
Well, I thought that was what the credit card was for, and we have a top tier talent as a champion. We have to keep him happy. We want to keep him refreshed. He has 3 matches this weekend. He is so busy. He needs to go relax and recuperate. He doesn't need to be worried about a dude like Sam. It's irrelevant. He doesn't like it. Yeah, none of it matters. I hope it's okay. It'll be fine.
Too late now. It's already gone through.
Well, yeah, we'll get more sponsors. It'll be okay.
Jeez.
So I have another surprise for you.
What?
Speaking of cool people that don't like Sam, I have a special guest joining us.
Oh, great.
Welcome, Mr. H.
Oh, it's Mr. H.
How are you?
I'm doing very well. It's a beautiful day.
Well, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. I just let Evan know that our champion will not be at the fall show, so I do apologize. But like I said, I felt like he needed a vacation. He's traveling around, fighting a lot, and the man needs a break. So I felt it was only right that we send our champion on vacation.
Yeah, well, and you had told me that you guys were sponsoring him a full paid vacation, and I was like, wow, kudos to you guys for doing that. He was not under contract for this show at the time, so
even better.
Yeah.
So we didn't even hurt anything for you. So see, it works out perfectly, Evan.
Whatever.
He's so mad at me right now. It's great.
Well, I don't know
how are you doing, Mr. H?
I'm doing very well. I didn't just spend $3,500, so I'm doing very, very well. And I don't want to keep too much of your time. I just asked Jared here if he could have me on. Again, there's been a lot of talk about the Fall Fury show coming up September 28th. We see the veteran Jack Vaughn making his debut against Jake Oman for the Signal 10 Heavyweight Championship. That match is going to be an absolute fantastic main event that we're going to see the debut of Jack Vaughn, and depending on how things go, he might kind of be a mainstay moving forward. But there's been a lot of talk also about the Diner Podcast Championship, and I've been contacted by a few different people, about how everything ended with Sam. There was a lot of people that were not happy at the last show.
I was.
And I've said this before, at the end of the day, it's not everybody else's show, it's my show. And so as long as I'm happy, that's all I really care about. But I understand that people do pay tickets, and so or buy tickets to the show. So I do understand. I want to hear everybody out. So I talked to some people about the show, and they all want to know when Sam gets his rematch with Ashton. And I think it's very easily answered by the fact that Sam was never the actual official champion.
That's a fair point.
He doesn't get an automatic rematch. That's not how it works here.
So really, you deserve a rematch just as much as Sam does.
Well,
I'd pay to see that.
Me too. He did call us irrelevant last show, so me too.
And I call a spade a spade. When it comes to him asking for a postponement because of his little thing he had going on or whatever it was, that he couldn't compete. I mean, it was irrelevant to ask you. I wasn't made aware of anything that was going on. He just, I've been promoting this match, heavyweight or a Diner Podcast Championship match, and then he comes out there and drops this, and then asks you guys for an extension. And I'm not. He's been in the business how long, Evan? 18 years as a wrestler, and you would think he would understand how things work in the wrestling business. And that was my point out there. I wasn't necessarily trying to throw shade at you guys, but at the end of the day, he came to the wrong guy or the wrong guys. So, but I've been thinking about it, and I have decided that Sam is going to be. He's cleared. He wants to wrestle for the great nation of Signal 10 wrestling fans, and I'm happy to have him back again if he's wanting to compete. So, but he's not going to face Ashton because he has no right.
Ashton's slightly busy that weekend.
As we've already went over, Ashton is not going to be here that week. So, I decided to, last time I brought in Dalton McKenzie, and as you were just talking about earlier, he's with OVW, and I brought him in because I thought that would handle kind of the Sam situation, and I may or may not have underestimated Sam, and I gave him props after that match. I even admitted that I kind of underestimated his ability, and so this time I decided to bring in somebody who has bested Sam in the past, and that person is Dylan Cole. And I think I sent you that graphic, Jared. Evan, you probably haven't seen this yet, but Sam Knight versus Dylan Cole. And
what a match.
I'm hoping that Dylan is able to do the exact same thing he did the last time these two gentlemen met. And defeat Sam 1-2-3. Same thing Ashton did the last time they had a singles match.
Well, and just in case you weren't aware, Sam is fighting this weekend, and like we learned, he's got kind of the weak ticker. So there's a chance he doesn't even make it to that match, and we don't have to worry about it.
Whatever.
And if that happens, so be it. Dylan will still be in action. And if that happens and Sam's not able to compete, I might have to find somebody else. We'll cross that bridge when we get here.
I just thought I'd let you know because I personally assume that's the most likely outcome. So I just thought as a friend I would let you know so you can plan ahead just in case.
Who is what's the match Sam has this weekend?
Shaq Jordan
is fighting Mr. Shaq Jordan at Fall Brawl.
Okay.
Sam's getting the dub, and he will see you at Fall Fury. I'm just going to throw it out there.
With hindsight, we could have sent him like on a vacation to Oz, like the Tin Man. They could have got him a new heart.
Wasn't that the Scarecrow, moron?
He didn't have a brain, moron.
Evan's like a scarecrow.
The cowardly lion did not have courage.
Damn. Okay. No, I tried. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Is there any more match announcements for Fall Fury?
Well, yeah, if you haven't seen on the Facebook page, I think we've announced that's our 6th one now with Sam and Dylan. Of course, we have the heavyweight championship, and we have the match between Leela and Carter Kaufman. They were set. Leela was set to take on Stella Buho at the last show, and unfortunately, Leela was injured. And she couldn't compete. So I made the decision to bring in Kaufman to replace her. And apparently Leela's not real happy with how Carter has gotten her victories as of late. There's nothing that I've seen.
You're cheating. That's what. Leela.
How exactly has she cheated? Because Leela made those accusations. Trunks? Okay.
Hold Trump.
How is that her fault? Maybe Kyle needs to get better referees. I mean, just because they don't see something doesn't make her a bad person.
Well, and I haven't seen anything. And so I hear these wild accusations. I mean, months ago, the whole internet world was talking about how I intentionally kicked Sam, and it just simply wasn't the case. So we hear a lot of accusations, and Leela is making those same accusations against Carter. And so Leela wanted Carter one more time, and I said, absolutely, fine, we'll do it. So we see a rematch between the two of them. Aaron Atlas will be making his return. He hasn't been on a Signal 10 show since he was in the heavyweight championship triple threat ladder match all the way back in March. So he's back. He's looking to get in the heavyweight title picture here. And I thought no better way than to see how he does against the former heavyweight champion, Logan Myers. Logan seems to think that he should be in the contention as well. And he was defeated by Jake. He lost the title to Jake. He won the rematch by disqualification. I have no control over that. The title doesn't change hands. He had his opportunity. And Logan's still trying to call out Jake, thinking should be next in line. And I felt we need to kind of bring in some different people here and see, I've brought in several different people now against Jake to see and to prove that Jake is the best around, that he is the heavyweight champion for a reason. I see no reason why anything will happen differently between Jack Vaughn and Jake. Again, if something were to happen and Jake drops to Jack, then moving forward, Jack will be the main guy. But I have a lot of people wanting to know, why there's been different people brought in for this main event heavyweight match, and it's simply because I'm trying to bring the best talent in. And so some of these guys, if Aaron can topple Logan, then he may be next up for a championship match. We'll have to wait and see on that. But then we have Austin Ryan. He's coming back. He was actually in the triple threat Diner Podcast #1 contender match at the last show, and he fell short to Sage, but he's looking to kind of get back into the swing of things against Elijah Arrows. And Elijah, he's been impressive with his time in Signal 10. I have nothing bad to say about Elijah. So we'll see which one of them can kind of get the upper hand here. So we're looking at a fantastic show.
Absolutely.
Leading in here to the end of September.
Okay.
I'm very excited for it.
We look forward to it. Sorry, I'm a little down. But
why? What's wrong?
You spent $3,500. I'm not happy.
I was hoping you forgot. We had this great conversation with Mr. H, and that's all you take away from this?
No, it's going to be a great show.
Come on.
Dylan Cole, buddy, I got some bad news for you. Sam Knight's gonna take the dub. I can't.
I thought you were going to say Sam Knight's not going to make it there for their match.
No, he's going to make it.
Right.
He's going to make it. I promise you.
You say so.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I would hold your breath on it. So.
Well, thank you for coming on and joining us for a little bit. I appreciate your time and such wonderful announcements.
As always, I appreciate it. And tickets are on sale now. SignaltonWrestling.com/tickets.
Get your tickets.
Yeah. I got to get back to work. I actually do work. So, not that you guys don't. I wasn't talking about that. I just, I'm a busy guy. So,
you're not wrong.
Having me, but got to get back to the grind.
Well, thank you for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Absolutely. Take care.
Bye. What's wrong?
Nothing.
It'll be okay. We have to do nice things for people when they
Moving along. September 21st, All Vermilion Wrestling, 21 over the top. 3 matches have been announced. Limbo versus Clayton Clark. Cameron Cross versus Cecil Cerveza.
Low down.
No, piss off.
Fast.
Then Excalibur versus Da Cobra. New match announced. I don't know if he's got the red. Then there's been four announcements made for participants in the 21 over the top Rumble.
Who
Mike
knows?
Noble, Kenneth James, Elijah Arrows, and Phoenix.
Oh, sweet. That'll be a fun show.
And then the next day in LaPel, Indiana at Pax Verum, White River Wrestling. We have some match announcements there. Isaiah Moore versus Dalton McKenzie.
I was really hoping you were going to go off of my clicking, but we didn't.
Okay, then Ashton Adonis. Okay, Dalton McKenzie versus Isaiah Moore.
We're so off right now. This is the best.
Logan Myers versus Ace Perry. That will be a great match.
That will be a great match. And I hope Ashton has a great vacation.
Jake Oman defends his White River Wrestling Championship match versus Aaron Williams. You've got me all flabbergasted. And I Twist and Flip versus Carter Kaufman and Elijah Eros.
And then the most important.
And then our guy, Ashton Adonis, takes on the veteran Jack Vaughn.
This might be my favorite show we've ever done.
Eat a hot dog.
The amount of anger you have right now is so awesome.
And then looking forward, October 25th, Singleton Wrestling presents the Pumpkin Smash Monster Bash. I'm trying to be upbeat here.
You got this. I believe in you.
And then October 26th, Hybrid Championship Wrestling Fight or Fright. And that's
we do have to tell our sponsors thank you because we're going to need the money.
Yeah, let's play that sponsor video and go begging after this show. Thank you, gold sponsors. Pappy Barbecue, Meat, Eat, Repeat. Wabash Valley Plumbing, they lay pipe. It's our slogan, not theirs. U.S. Lawns of Terre Haute. RJ's Formal Wear. ML Productions. Stitch Brands. Peak Performance Gym. No peak, no results. Wabash Valley Adult Teen Challenge, meeting you at the crossroads of addiction, and Blue Anchor Roofing and Restoration. Thank you, gold sponsors, for keeping us in business, and please keep going because we freaking need it.
You should have been way nicer. We need them.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's wrap it up. I'm out of here.
bye.